It's been a long time coming, but Aquaman is finally getting his solo movie. And while you might know the basics about Aquaman, he talks to fish, he's the king of Atlantis, you might not know how the character has been shaped and honed through the years to become the guy we know and love today. Let's take a look at Aquaman's origins both on the page and screen and see if we can determine where the character might go in his cinematic iteration. But before we take a giant leap into the ocean, click subscribe. You'll be the first to know of new ScreenRant content.
My father was a lighthouse keeper. My mother was a queen.
Early beginnings. Aquaman made his first appearance in More Fun Comics number 73 in November 1941, just a few years after Superman's debut in Action Comics. The character, created by Paul Norris and Mort Weisinger, was originally human. That's right, no Atlantean blood to be found here, people. Aquaman's father was an undersea explorer who had devoted his life to exploring the ocean's secrets and had mastered the art of breathing underwater and speaking to sea creatures, because apparently that's something anyone can do if they study hard enough. It wasn't until Aquaman's Silver Age in the 1940s and 50s that the character was given the origin story fans are most familiar with. Aquaman became Arthur Curry, the son of lighthouse keeper Tom Curry and Atlanta, a superpowered outcast from Atlantis. When he was a baby, he fell into the ocean. Fearing his son had drowned, Tom found Arthur an hour later hanging out underwater with a bunch of sea animals. On her deathbed, Atlanta finally revealed her true nature to them, and the extent of Arthur's abilities as well as his true destiny, to become king of the seven seas.
It's an honorable end. But we gotta shut Steppenwolf down.
Justice League founder. Aquaman has been with the Justice League since its inception. The Justice League's first official appearance was in The Brave and the Bold's 28th issue, released in March 1960. In it, Aquaman learns of an alien threat to Earth and calls an emergency meeting of the Justice League of America, which included Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, and of course, The Flash. The Justice League's origin, however, wouldn't be revealed until a couple of years later in Justice League of America number 9. In that issue, it's revealed Aquaman was actually one of the team's founding members. The character would play a part in most of the Justice League's adventures throughout the 1960s. In the 70s, the animated series Super Friends launched the character to even greater stardom, although it's this depiction that ended up making Aquaman the butt of so many jokes. This would lead DC Comics to revamp the character in order to make him less of a laughingstock.
Out of the way, meathead!
Fresh start. As we mentioned, Super Friends' interpretation of Aquaman had become the predominant one in the public eye. Considering this made the character a huge joke amongst comic fans, DC Comics decided to regroup and put all its efforts into shattering this image. In the process, they'd managed to achieve something many thought was impossible, making Aquaman cool. Their first attempt to do so was Peter David's iconic run in the mid-1990s. One of the biggest departures was giving Aquaman a brand new look, specifically long hair, a fancy new beard, and a harpoon hand. David's stories really put Aquaman's Warrior King status at the forefront and focus on his struggles with the mantle. And DC's New 52 relaunch, Geoff Johns, took things even further, but sadly got rid of the beard and those luscious locks. A moment of silence in the hair's honor, please. In their series, they addressed criticisms that had been leveled against the character for years head-on, balancing humor with compelling storytelling. This resulted in one of the finest and most respected depictions of the character yet, and finally succeeded in making Aquaman legitimately cool.
I call it an ass whooping.
Aquaman heads to Hollywood. Aquaman made his first cinematic appearance as a brief cameo in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Justice League made the DC Cinematic Universe's depiction of Aquaman clear. This was no goofy, clean-cut hero in orange and green spandex. This was a goofy, one-liner spouting bro with unruly locks and facial hair that would make Peter David proud. Really though, Justice League established Aquaman's personality for this iteration of the character, paving the way for Aquaman's first solo outing directed by James Wan. It might have been a long time coming, but Aquaman will finally be getting his due, and it's clear the source material is ripe for the picking.
Please, brother! I believe this is mine.
And there you have it. Now that we've brushed up on Aquaman's origins, do you feel like you have a better understanding of the character? What are your favorite stories involving Aquaman, and what are you hoping to see in the movie? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time.